We are here at Naracoorte Caves National Park and World Heritage Area, and we're sitting in Alexandra Cave. I'm Deborah Carden, I'm the manager of the site, and with me is Ben Beeton. Ben's been our artist in residence for a couple of months. So Ben, what made you come down here to see us, to do this project?
Well, Deborah, I'd heard about Naracoorte Caves and it was on the radar for a number of years as a place that I could really access, say, deep time history, because that's my interest in making art about ecology, geology, deep time history of environments. And during Cave Apps, I'd met Rod Wells, I'd met Amy Mackin as well, and so I'd learned a little bit more about the possibilities of working here on site. And it is very, very different as opposed to working in your studio, to go to a location, learning about the environment and creating art specifically on site about the environment, especially where I'm not necessarily interested in scientific illustration. I appreciate it a great deal, although that's not the kind of work that I do, nor am I a landscape artist. But I'm interested in bringing together a whole range of facets of science to create, say, a work that is like dropping a thread between a range of earth sciences, which is why this site was of such key interest to me in coming here.
It's been really interesting watching you as the project's proceeded, and I've been fascinated with the change that went along as the story started to unfold and you understood the site. So what is it that you've actually provided to leave here for us now?
Well, it's quite a large work. It's about 2.5 meters by a meter in size, and it's not necessarily the kind of work that you would expect, say, that actually just gives an idea of this is the particular science or this is an illustration, but it's somewhere between a whole range of facets. So I'm very interested in ancient Chinese landscape art, for example. They talk about the ink flows and the brush follows. So in a sense, I've got these large abstract areas which is talking about deep time, and say in the macrocosm, like the big picture things, and then the smaller illustrations that are focusing on, say, megafauna or specific elements of the ecology or paleoecology. So I would hope that when people come to look at the work, they'll have an understanding of the interrelationships of a whole range of different facets of the sciences, as opposed to a singular illustration or diagram on one specific aspect. It's really about the interrelationships. That's what my work's about. Abstraction and form on the one hand, and the sciences and the arts, and bringing those elements together through the origin of, say, curiosity, which is what science and art were both initially about.
Well, I'm lucky enough to have had a preview, and tonight we're going to have a formal showing, and you will be explaining to people the story about how you've been here, how you've come, what you've learnt, and what you've depicted for us. So I just want to thank you for coming, because I think this is just the first of many visits, I hope.
Yeah, the more you learn, the more you realise you don't know about a site such as this. So I already have ideas for the next site and how I would approach the next project as well. So through creating the art, and this is an important point, through creating the art, I'm learning about the environment, and the wonder of that experience is expressed through the artwork itself. So it's not coming to a site, oh, here we go, this is this study point, I will make a work on this. It's through experiencing so many different elements, ideas, perspectives from so many different people, and then just getting excited again and again, and conveying that through the artwork itself.
It's just fantastic. We had a school group in here this morning, and I was thinking about the painting, thinking about the artwork, and thinking about how much students will enjoy being able to have a look at it and how we can explain what it is. And so we just don't have students doing science, we can actually have students integrating with art and seeing how they mix. So it's been a really good project to date, and I know that there are other things that can happen here with this in the future.